Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now in tune to the greatest podcast that's ever been created. It's the 8-Bit Clubhouse Podcast, episode 38, recorded Tuesday, June 9th. Introducing your host first. He's your favorite gamer's favorite gamer. It's Hambo Johnny. And next up to bat, he's the coolest kid on the playground. It's Kevin L.A., a.k.a. Bob Cousy. And last but most, he's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Drew. To the thousands in attendance watching live on YouTube and or Twitch, and to the millions listening on podcast services around the globe, welcome to the club. On tonight's episode, E3 season is upon us. What else can I say? We've ran that is upon us thing into the ground, but I'm going to continue to use it because it's amazing. And E3 season is upon us. There's video game announcements galore, I believe Drew once said. They're everywhere. And so we're going to cover all of it, and well, maybe not all of it, but all the things that we are interested in, which is obviously the things that you are interested in. Welcome to the show. Hambone Johnny, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So happy to be with you guys. I feel like, recording on a Tuesday, it's just a special thing. I think we've got a special energy. There's a vibe to the show tonight. I'm excited for what's going on. But I did want to pose a question to you guys because I've had a couple situations eating at me, and I want to run these things by you.
Love it.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So here we go. Buckle up, buckle in. You guys know me. I think I'm a pretty easygoing guy for the most part. I'll let things slide. I'm not going to make a big stink about things. My dinner comes out wrong, I'm going to eat the dinner, right? No big deal. I've had two situations that I'll run by you guys. One situation, I actually said something to the guy. The other one, I just let go. And I don't know if I did the right thing in either. So I'll run you by the situation where I did not say anything, right? So it's at work. I am going to the restroom, and I see a gentleman enter the restroom like right after me. On my way down to the restroom, I notice a big meeting, like 20 people. I don't know who any of these people are, but I can tell some are my coworkers and some are like this guy's vendor. Guy comes in, uses the restroom faster than me, walks right out. No hand washing, no nothing. He kind of lingers by the door for a second. I'm standing there. I'm like, I really wanted to say, like, bro, you gonna wash your hands? Like, what are we doing here? But it's at work. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. I don't want to ruffle feathers. I'm just going to let it go.
What do you mean he lingers by the door? He goes, pees, and then stands by the door?
It was enough time for me to like consider asking the question. I don't know if he was like looking at us. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I had an opportunity there that I let slip by. I'm like,
I'll give you the Drewism here. This scenario, you let it go. You let it go.
And I did.
Right? Nowadays, there's religion involved. There's ways, internet. Listen, you don't mess with that.
I'm not trying to get an ethics complaint at work, right?
You don't stamp on that guy's poo-poo. Let him go, and that's it.
Yeah, well, so I let him go, and I walk out of the restroom, 15, 20 seconds later, when I'm done washing my hands, and I see the guy. It's the end of the day, so he's shaking hands with his vendors, and he's, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh no, those poor people.
Hands. That's when you're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Exactly. So that was the one situation where I'm like, did I do the right thing there? Could I have saved the germ spreadage by this one gentleman? Whatever. So I let that one go. This is a few months ago now, and this one's been eaten at me. So I was at my son's graduation for karate. I was there by myself. My wife wasn't able to go that time. And there's a dude sitting behind me talking to what I'm assuming is his mom. So it's like a father and a grandmother. And they're chatting this whole time, right? It's supposed to be like you're watching your kids graduate. They're going up on stage. Yeah, there's some commotion, but it's mostly coming from the kids. But this guy's right in the back of my ear talking this whole time. I throw him a couple like semi-dirty looks, look over my shoulder, like maybe he'll get the hint without me actually having to say something. And then I had enough. I turned around to him and I was just like, "Are you going to talk this whole night?"
Wow.
And he's like, "Oh." And then he didn't say anything after that. And I felt really bad because then I was sitting in front of him for another hour.
Yeah.
And I didn't catch his face. I might be talking to this guy all the time, and I just don't know exactly who he is. But I'm like, man, was I kind of a jerk there? Should I have just let that one go? Because
No,
I thought he was
that's the
being
right
pretty
call.
disrespectful.
That's the right call there. Because I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, Hambone, not only did you make the right call, but there was people around you that were chicken to do what you did, but they secretly wanted to. So
Yeah.
I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Well,
I mean, I go to my
yeah.
daughter's dance recitals and stuff like that, and it's the same scenario. If I was in that situation, it's about the kids, and that guy is not making it about the kids. So I hear
Yeah,
you.
that's kind of how I was thinking. And I was just like, did I make like a bigger deal? Like the guy probably let it go and he maybe realized he was being a jerk, but was I too jerky there and should I have just let that one go? I don't know. These are the things that keep me up at night.
Nope, I like it.
So yeah, that's been swirling around in my head this week. Drew, what's going on in your world? Hopefully not existential crises like me.
I got 4 topics written on the board tonight that you guys can see. I could spend time talking about all of them, but we're here. We're not going to do that. I'm going to let you pick 2 of them, and I will tell my stories about those 2. I'll let you each pick 1.
I got birds.
You're doing birds.
Oh,
Okay.
I already know the bird story, and I don't know if I want to hear that. I go sprinklers. I don't care about the World Cup.
All right, we're doing birds anyway. We're going to do both. Birds. We all have been loving the Birds Discord channel. If you're not on a Discord, go join. We have
Everybody's
a
there.
whole channel called Birds.
Everybody's there.
Let me start by saying I'm not a fan
Everyone
of
is
birds.
here.
I don't like birds, right? I think they're the closest thing to dinosaurs on this planet Earth, and I'm afraid of them, and I don't like them. With that being said, we all know my bird recent story with the bird nest and the eggs, and I was, the good Samaritan, and I let them live, right? And I was telling the beautiful story through our Discord of them hatching, and then I got them growing. They grew some feathers. A picture of them wanting to feed and eat some worms. They were ready to branch out and become little nuggets. Well, here's what happened. Lovely Saturday afternoon. Me and my daughter are sitting on the couch. Think I'm playing a game. She's doing whatever. And I look over on the deck, and a crow lands on my deck railing. And I'm just like, huh, crow. When's the last time I seen a crow in my yard? A big black crow, like one of those crows you see in Game of Thrones. That's like the messenger bird. And just like, okay, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. Then I just see it kind of fly away. About 3 seconds after it flies away, there's sounds coming out of my backyard that I cannot describe. And me and my daughter ran to the door, looked out, and the mother robin is now there, and their feathers flying in the air, battle royale style, crow versus robin.
Really?
And
I wasn't prepared for this story. I was
yeah.
wrong. I did not know what happened.
Yes.
Continue.
Battling, screeching, whining, crying, weird noises, feathers flying, dust settled. I don't know. They both went their separate ways. Bloodbath. So I was like, what happened to the babies? Did the robin mommy save her babies? Go out there, take my peek in my nest. Gone. I think the crow just ate them whole.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Circle of life. It happens, right? I was going to do it, but no, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Circle of life.
Oh man, I did not know crows were
I looked it up. I said, do crows eat baby robins?
carnivores?
Blatantly clear as day answer. Yes, they do.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Incredible.
That
So
is
here we go.
crazy.
Hey, it was meant.
Yeah.
Those birds were not meant to be there. Bottom line. So
The crow was provoked.
sprinklers.
Yeah, I agree.
Another kind of
Sprinklers.
long story here, and I want to tell you the situation. And this is a situation, Hambone. I want you to tell me if I was out of line because I don't take shit because I don't happy with this. people, it's so easy just to own a good business and do your job. And nowadays, nobody can do it. So to rewind time, May 5th, actually, let me rewind even further. My sprinkler company, right? I don't love them, but they installed my sprinkler system. I have them. They do my yearly opening and closing maintenance. It's pretty straightforward, right? They charge a lot of money to open the system, and it's pretty simple, right? I mean, you literally turn your water on, you check for any leaks. So I was like, this year, I'm like, I'm doing it myself. I'm not going to pay them like $200 and something because they always tell me like, oh, we can't come until middle of June. I'm like, my lawn will be dead by then if I wait till then. I'm going to do it myself this year and save myself money. Did it myself. Of course, when I go to open it up, there's like this plastic T-shape that connects like from the house to the ground, and it was cracked. I think they didn't do a proper winterization last year, left water in it, froze, it cracked. That's what I think happened. So I called them. I said, listen, here's the situation. I have a cracked pipe. Like, I can't leave my water on. It sprays out pretty good. They're like, okay, well, we can come out there like second to third week in June. Like, it's May 5th. Like, they're like, well, that's when we can get there. I'm like, all right, well, let me know. Like when you put me on your schedule, let me know. They're like, okay. I was like, I can't wait that long. And I didn't like these people to begin with. So I went out and I found other sprinkler company. I've had them for like 5-6 years. And I found this nice place. These two husband and wife couples, the wife manages all the books. The husband just solo does all the sprinkler work in my town. So like supported local little business.
Yep.
Great.
That's exactly like the type of guy I use.
Yep. And the other people, you couldn't call them. You only could email them. Only for they wouldn't answer the phone. They wouldn't call you back. So I was like, this is annoying. So these people, they come out in 2 days. They'll be, yep, I'll be there like tomorrow. I knew it for it. Half the cost what the other place was going to charge me. They come out. He fixes it. He was there for like 15 minutes. Super nice. Sent me the bill. Great. Paid him. Done. Super happy with the situation. It was done by May 7th. So I'm at work yesterday, June 8th, right? About 33 days later. And I get an email from the old sprinkler company with an invoice, $250. I said, what the hell is this invoice for? So I open it up. Repaired, cracked T-shape, blah, 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 service call, blah, 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 parts and labor, blah, 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 $250. So I tried calling them, but they don't answer. So I send a nasty email. What just happened? I said, did you just come to my house and replace a part that wasn't broken? Did you check it? So of course they don't call me back. They don't email me. I get home. I go over to look. Sure enough, they replaced the T-shaped part that was already replaced, and now it's leaking again. So they actually came to my house and broke it.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. And they never called you to tell you that they were coming to do it.
Never told me, never texted me, nothing. Just like unbelievable. Can't make this stuff up.
Wow.
I flipped out on the people. I will never use them again, to say the least. But that was my day yesterday, going back and forth with
that
these
sucks.
people.
Are you having them out to fix that and then tell them to go kick rocks?
I had them. Yeah, I had them come this morning at 7:30. It's fixed. It's done. Yeah, I'm going to send the nasty email, or I just won't ever talk to them again, in case you never know. I might need them in the future. But I'm thinking I'm just going to send them an email. No, take me off all your mailing lists. I don't need your help anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
So
that sucks.
That's it. I'm gonna tell this other story because it takes 10 seconds. SMG. Do you guys know what SMG stands for via text message?
Super Mario games.
So SMG, my daughter texted me the other day. I'll be right there. I'm doing I'll be right there. SMG. Something like that. I reply, what? Are you going to watch the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
Oh,
and
yeah.
She lost her mind. She goes, that means something. I'm going to do something. I said, okay, new one on me. But I don't know if that maybe we're out of the lingo. We're old dads.
Yeah,
now.
I think we're old. That sounds like dad's old.
Yeah, but she was not. She thought it was. She was not happy when I said, "Are you going to watch the Super Mario Galaxy movie in front of her friends?" Because I didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah,
but
I'm with Darth. Submachine gun.
Yes. Yep. I hear you. But enough about me, Kuz. What's been going on in your world?
I'm there with you, Ham. I didn't respond to your stories, Hambone. I'm sorry. Drew, I didn't think that turd that was in the nest looked like a bird turd.
I
That
don't
looked
know.
like some kind of like raccoon, a
that
small
was-
mammal.
I think that was guts. That might have just
Yeah.
been
Oh, it could have been guts.
the
Yeah. Okay.
inside of the bird. Or the bird
That's fair.
shit themselves so badly when they saw that
Yeah.
bro. It
Yeah,
was just
probably.
huge.
Yeah.
I think your
Awful.
daughter. Honestly, I think your daughter's just making that up. That doesn't mean a thing. That's nothing. I'm googling it. And texting and gaming, SMG almost always stands for submachine gun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The
Yeah.
text said I'll be right there. I'm doing SMG or so. I thought she was maybe doing drugs too. I didn't know what it was.
No, hopefully not that. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm with you,
Kids.
Hambone. It takes a lot for me to say something. I usually just let stuff go, and it's funny because my Minnie Coos the other day ordered something and they brought the wrong thing, and she
Mhm.
was sitting there quietly, just like not eating. And we were like, "What's wrong?" And she was like, "They didn't bring me the right thing." So we said, "You need to speak up and say, hey,
Yeah.
this is, this is not what I ordered." And she was like, "But then, I'm embarrassed. I think he's going to say, no, sorry, this is what we brought you. You got to eat it." And we're like, "No, he's not going to do that. He's still working for tips here." So then we had him bring the right thing. And of course, she learned. That was kind of a teaching moment.
Yeah, for
her.
sure.
Yeah.
And my wife pointed out that, you may get 80 no's to 20 yeses, but are those yeses worth the no's? I don't know. It was a whole teaching thing, but
Okay.
still, I don't say much. I don't think I would have said anything about the washing hands, and probably wouldn't have said anything with the guy talking behind me, depending on what he was saying.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
know me and my brother and I went to a baseball game once, drunk as skunks, just cussing up a storm. And like nobody would say, everybody that sat around us got up and left. Totally like they were in the right, we were in the wrong.
Yeah,
They should have
yeah, no.
they should have said something.
This guy
but-
just didn't know how to whisper, right? He just
Okay,
didn't have the volume control like unlocked. The skill
know what it
was
is,
still
though?
in
I
development.
think when it's kids and your kids involved and you're there to see your kids, it's for me that's the spark that makes me want to say something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if I am maybe at a baseball game, it's like whatever. Like you said, it is what it is. We're at a public big game, but when you're there and you're trying to watch your kid and you're proud of them, that's what sparks me to be like,
Yeah.
or sprinkling
Yeah.
people.
That's true. That's true. That adds a little bit of dad fight in you.
Mm.
But I also have a story that is should I have said something, and I really didn't have a choice here. But so I've got new next door neighbors, and this past Friday was trash day. I wheel out my trash can to the street, and it's in between our houses. Our houses are probably 15 to 20 feet apart. My trash can is in between our houses. Theirs is more in between theirs and the next house down. They're new, and I come out and I see the lady walking up with a trash can, bringing hers in. And I've never said talk to them. My wife has met them once. I've never met them. I just kind of waved from a distance and said hello. She waved back, and I looked down and my trash can's gone. And so I once I realize what's happening, she's already in the house. So then I go over and kind of peek over their fence and say, "What, did she grab mine?" Sure enough, she's got 2 trash cans there and a recycling bin. She's supposed to have 1 trash can and 1 recycling. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ring the doorbell, let her know, hey, you mistakenly grabbed mine. I go ring the doorbell. Nobody comes to the door. I'm like, yo,
I just
Saw
watched
you.
like
Like
a
30
minute and a half ago, you're still here. Your car's in the driveway.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then I go back and I tell my wife the story. She's like, well, did you go tell her? I was like, well, I rang the doorbell and nobody came to the door. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. So she ends up leaving, taking my daughter somewhere, and I'm sitting there with my other daughter and we're talking it out. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go over there and take it. Right. I'm just going to go. It's my trash can. I can just go open up their fence and grab my
You have like a
can.
number on it? How do you know it's you? I mean, obviously she shouldn't have 2 trash cans, or is it just like,
right. Well,
is it
that's what I
marked?
looked over the fence and I'm like, which one is mine? And mine was old and beat up and had some marks on it where
There you
I've hit
go.
it with the gate and stuff. I'm like, mine's definitely the old beat up one, not the new shiny one. So I'm just going to go grab the old one. I go over there and I go to the gate, and she's got these dogs that just start going off. And I'm like, I can't. If I open up the gate, the dogs are going to be running.
Oh, they're in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're in the backyard, right by the gate. So I'm like, well, I gotta wait. And I go back in. I'm talking it over with Minnie Coos again. I'm like, should we get ski masks? And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get ski masks, and we're gonna go at night. And she's like, we have to walk like this with the ski masks on. I said, absolutely. You can't wear a ski mask and not walk like a stranger from the 1950s. So we decided that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait, and we're gonna sneak in at night. Well, I go out and I'm working in the yard, and I decide I'm gonna go try the doorbell one more time. I go ring the doorbell. She comes to the door and opens up the door, and I said, hey, I think you might have grabbed my trash can. And she went and held up a little, just minuscule sign with her fingers, turned around and walked back in the house, and goes and she comes back with her son and her daughter, and her son's probably 10 or 11, and the daughter's maybe 4 or 5. And the daughter's super sweet. She's like, hey, and I'm like, hey. And the son's like, can I help you? And the mom's still standing there, and she's like, I don't speak English. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I start talking to the son, and I'm like, so this might have happened. I think she accidentally took my trash can. And he says, we have a trash can and a recycling bin. And I said, yeah. I said, well, if you would go and look, now you have 2 trash cans and a recycling bin. He turns, says some stuff to his mother in Spanish. Then he's like, meet me around side. So I go around there. He comes around there, opens up the door. She said, he hands me the shiny new trash can that's theirs. I don't ask questions. I just take the shiny new one. And he says, she thought that they gave us an extra trash can. And I said, well, okay, no problem. And walked off. So they brought her. She just thought, oh, there's an extra trash can that they brought us on the opposite side of where I left mine. Close to my neighbor's driveway. That one must be mine too.
So is the question here, should you have said something?
I mean, I needed a trash can.
What are you gonna do? Like,
no, but you don't be like, that one's not. I think you made the right call there. You end up with a new trash can.
Yeah. I mean, I had to have a trash can. Story. So yeah, I had no option. But yeah, it was either should I have said something or should I have bought ski masks and filmed me and Minnie Coos doing a trash can raid at night, which might have made for a good YouTube video and got us some views on clubhouse.com/YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyways,
this should be my new favorite segment, and since we're on there, I'm going to tell one more because it's a short one. So I don't get my hair. This is a "Do I Say Something" segment. I don't get my hair cut today, and I'm not a fancy guy at my haircut. I don't really care if they accidentally buzzed my hair. I'd be like, whatever, it will grow back, right? Super cuts, just in and out. I'm just like, I don't want anyone to talk to me. I just want my hair cut, and I want to get out. Girl's super nice. I always look for her because she's fast and she just gets the job done, and she doesn't bother me trying to talk to me. So I go get my hair cut. I'm leaving, and I'm going to pay. And do you know how like nowadays you get like the tap credit cards and you just like leave it on there for a second, and then it beeps, and then you pull it away. So I put my credit card down, and I think it's like $25 for a haircut at Supercuts. It beeps. I pull my credit card away, and then it like says processed, and then it disappears. And I'm like, oh, did I like tip you? Because like I was gonna give cash. I always give cash for the tip because I get a little bit more out of it. And I was like, oh, did I tip you? I just want to. I don't know. Like it disappeared. It didn't really. I usually just say no and then give the cash. She's like, oh yeah, you gave me $10. Thank you so much. And I'm just like she didn't really give me an option. Like, oh yes, you accidentally clicked it, or just. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a cheap guy. I usually give like $5, but $10 for a $25 haircut. Like, what do you say in that situation? No, actually, I didn't want to give you that.
Yeah, at that point, you got to just let that one go.
You let that one.
Yeah, you just let that one go. Yeah.
That's what I did. I mean, what are you going to
Yeah.
say? Actually, no, I only want to give you 5. Like,
That's a
Right,
good call.
yeah.
I always use the button. I go to Supercuts as well. You
Yeah.
know, nothing crazy. And I just tip through the credit card, and
Yeah.
the lowest amount on the credit card is $8. So I tip that
is it?
every time. Yeah.
yeah, I
So-
always just usually give cash. 'Cause I
You know,
don't
that's a
if
better
they get-
idea. Maybe I should start bringing cash and saving
Yeah.
$3 every time.
Yeah.
But all right, that's all. I mean, I could probably tell stories my entire life on this podcast, but we
It's
got
all right.
stuff to talk about. We have a lot of
Right.
stuff, so
Yeah.
let's move on, Cruz.
Well, I wanted to tell I'm kind of transitioning here.
Okay.
So Coos Jr., not to be confused with Mini Coos. We talk about Mini Coos a lot. She's on the show with Survivor. Coos Jr. is my older daughter. She came to me and she said, "You talk a lot about Mini Coos on the show, but you never talk about me." So here we are.
Cruz Jr.
Coos
Congrats,
Jr.
Junior.
Yesterday was her 13th birthday. We now have a teenager in the
That's
house.
crazy.
Incredible.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
And she chose to go to Top Golf. She had gone once with her school and
That's
loved
right.
it so much. She's like, "I want to go to Top Golf for my birthday." I said, "That's fantastic." She brought from one of her friends who her friend had never been to Top Golf, and she was a little older. She's 16, and she beat me at Top
Stop.
Golf.
Is she a
Yeah.
golfer?
Nope. Just
I hope
that's how bad I am, or
I hope
that's
you-
how amazing she was. First time luck, right?
I hope you said, yeah. I don't golf either. I've never really golfed before.
This is my first time too. I don't. Yeah, tell me which club to pick, please. I don't know what I'm doing here. But we had a very good time, and we came home, and my wife took Mini Coos. She had a dance recital. My wife took her too, so I stayed here with Coos Jr. and played some games with her. We sat down, and she got out her Switch, and she put it in. I just happened to check her memory, and I'm like, "Your Switch is full. You've got your Switch 2 has 0 memory." And she's like, "I thought the Switch 2 is supposed to have more memory." I said, "Well, it does, and also yours is full."
And the games are bigger. Yeah. It evens
And
out.
so I started going through, like, "Can I delete this one? Can I delete this one?" She's like, yeah, I beat that one. I beat that one. I beat that one. And I come to find out, Coos Jr. has finished more games than I have. She should actually be on this show because she's played and finished more video. I mean, Pokemon Arceus, the Zelda where you play a Zelda, the 2D top down one, Pressure Washer 1, just every game, Pikachu's, all these different games. She's like, "Yeah, beat that one, beat that
so
one."
many,
Gold
you don't even
credits
know the
on that
names
one.
of them all.
Yeah, I don't even.
It's
yeah,
too many.
Yeah,
It's just too many.
yeah, it's just But every game, she's like, "Yeah, finish that one." So
That's
I
awesome.
freed up some space there on her Switch, so that was good.
Look at that.
But she just recently wanted to get Power Washer Simulator 2, the Switch 2 edition, and we sat down and we played that 2-player on her Switch. I'm transitioning into what I've been playing.
Okay.
So I sat down
Solid.
and this
Yeah, that's
is
really good.
what I've been playing. So we played Power Washer Simulator 2. I'd never played any of the Power Washer games.
Me
She
either.
played the first one, loved it, wanted the second one. I got her the second one. So she wanted to play it because it's apparently you can play 4-player. And she Googled, and Google says this game has game share to where you can share it from your Switch to other people's Switches. I've never used game share. So I sat down with it the other night to try to figure it out. And it doesn't have game share. Apparently, there's games that have game share, say on the home screen, game share. Click this to share this game. This game did not have that. I looked in all the menus. It does have online multiplayer, but not game share. So you can play with other people who have the game, but you can't share it with those who don't have it.
Can you play?
So we
couch
weren't able to
co-op?
do that, but we could play 2-player split screen. So put it up on the big TV. We were playing split screen, and we played this gigantic stage where you just walk around and you pressure wash. And it's cool. I'm sure a lot of you have played these games, but you can change the guns and nozzles to soap, or just like you can a regular pressure washer. You can change all the nozzles, add extensions to get up high. You've got a ladder you can tote around to get to high places. And basically we cleaned this big, gigantic model of a fairy tale town that had a giant castle and all these little, little booths and things. So it was fun. It was fun. However, once we cleaned the whole stage, I'm just sitting there. I was taking the big stuff that just was repetitive, and she was taking all the little things that she could when you clean something, it goes ba-ding and gives you some money, and you feel that little gratification of getting something clean. So I was letting her get the gratification. I was doing the big bridge that took an hour to clean. But once I was done, my eyes hurt, man. I was just staring at the screen. It was like real pressure washing. It was just so repetitive. And that's what I thought was like, why? I've said before, I think video games, the purpose of them is to have fun. I'm not sure that Power Washer Simulator 2 is fun. I just think it's just
it's
repetitive.
There. Just there.
It's just there. Like I'd rather pressure wash for real. At least I can see my efforts in real time, but I don't know. So I need to get her out on the regular pressure washer.
Yeah, I think
but
so.
Yeah, she loves it. I didn't see the joy, but she really loves Minecraft too. And I don't know if my eyes are too old or what, but it all just looks like blocks to me. I can't get into Minecraft. I don't know, but she builds all these extravagant things in Minecraft that I don't understand. So maybe she's the younger age of gaming and I'm, Mario. So, yeah. I also have been playing, let me check the list here. As a family, we've been playing Towerfall Ascension, which I don't know. Did we play this when you guys came out and visited? It's made by the same creators, I believe, as Celeste, but I think it has single player, but it shines in multiplayer. It's basically like multiplayer Celeste.
I think we played Spider-Hack.
We played Spider-Hack. Yeah, I don't know if we played.
I don't think we played this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it the same thing? Is it just you're trying to kill each other, or is it?
It is. Yeah. I think there may be a versus mode where you can play teams or something, but you're basically little 8-bit sprites, and you've got arrows that you can shoot at each other to kill each other or jump on each other's heads. So use your arrows or jump on the heads. You can get shields. You can change the arrows into bomb arrows, or there's all kinds of different arrows that have different effects. Drill arrows that go through walls, but it looks like Celeste. It's basically multiplayer Celeste. So you're on one board. It doesn't change. And you just play until someone wins, and then it switches boards. It's really fun. It's really addictive. I didn't think my wife would like it, but once we got started playing, she's like, let's play another one. Let's play another one. Let's play another one. So it's a really fun multiplayer game just to kind of beat up on each other. But I would definitely suggest that if you're looking for a kind of a family game. I mean, there's a little violence and you're like, oh, I killed myself. Oh, I killed you. There's a lot of kill language, but it's fun. It's super fun. And it's usually pretty cheap. I think you can find it on discounts and stuff, but I played it originally on Switch. It's there. I think the Switch version I saw has like 6 player. You can play 6 player. But the PlayStation, it's only showing 1 to 4. So I don't know if there's different versions or what, but it's fun. I recommend it. I saw that Hambone Johnny had played the Eternal Life of Goldman demo. And so I downloaded it and just played it an hour ago before we recorded this show.
You might have played more than I did.
Yeah, I didn't finish it, but I played it I played
through the first boss. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I played through 2 bosses, but it said when you started, it's like, this is a 90-minute demo. So strap in, player. And I love that. I love that it gave you like, hey, this is, it's a beefy demo.
Yeah.
And I played enough to know that this might be the most kooziest game that's ever been
really.
As soon as I was on the controllers, I'm like, oh man, this is the Coos game.
I mean, it's unreal how much I'm like, I love that. I love that. I love that. And just playing the demo, I'm like, is this the game of the year? Is this my game of the year? I'm playing an hour of this demo and I'm already calling Goaty on this, but yeah, there is a lot going on as far as places to go and exploration. You get this map and you'll go places and you won't be able to do anything there yet until, I don't know if it's just the demo or if you need to go and collect other parts for your cane. You've got a cane like your Scrooge McDuck in DuckTales, which who doesn't love DuckTales? This guy loves DuckTales. But you can change your cane around to give it a different hook, or to give it a different handle. There's a hook one, a different middle that makes you bounce higher. I guess there's there's all kinds of parts and pieces that you can add on, but it's not overwhelming because you can just switch it with a touch of a button. So you don't have to go into a screen and upgrade things. You might eventually, but on the demo you can't. But it's there's a lot going on with maps and pockets and canes and stuff, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. And it's laid out very well. It's gorgeous. The graphics are amazing. And I think the story, from what I'm gathering, is deeper than what you would think it's going to be. It's reminding me a lot of that VR game I played where you can't blink. I forget the name of that.
Sounds miserable, whatever that is.
Before Your Eyes.
Yeah, Before Your
one?
Eyes. That
Yeah.
game had a really good story, and this one seems like it's along the same vein. So I won't spoil anything, but I definitely played the demo. See what you think, especially if you're a fan of side-scrolling platformers, exploration games like that. I'm sure Hambone will describe it way better than I do.
No, I mean, I think you're nailing it, man. I mean, the only thing more I would say is, just awesome hand-drawn art style. Really is what it is. A lot of fantastical designs and out of this world type stuff, but they explain why that's there. It kind of comes together even within the 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes that I played. And the only other thing I'd add to what you said, Q's, is when you get those parts, like they want you to swap back and forth because you mentioned that one piece of the cane that lets you jump higher. There's a part where there's spikes on the top, so you can't jump as high. So you want to switch back to your base piece of the cane so you can get across that side without hitting the spikes. But then there's a big thing you have to jump over, so you switch back to the springy cane and then you jump higher. So really, really cool and sort of seamless gameplay, just like Kuz was saying. So
do you know when it's supposed to come out?
I don't think there's a date on it yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's this year, but I don't think it's dated.
Yeah. Just go play the demo, though. It's free. The demo's free. So go check it out for yourself. I think it's on Switch, I believe.
I think it's...
Is it? I don't think it is.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just...
I could have made that up, but I thought for whatever reason it was... Oh, no, it is. I'm sorry. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it wasn't on Switch.
I thought it wasn't for whatever reason. I will give it a try then.
It's got a lot of potential in my book. So
awesome.
Go check out the demo. It's free. Yeah. I've also been playing 007 First Light. I posted a video of playing it in the theater room when I was there in Breckenridge. I had a good time doing that, and it's good. It's good. I think I usually keep my expectations low on things, but I think I overhyped this one. I think I really got this in my head, like this is going to be the game for me, and it's fine. It's good. It's a good game, but it's not. It's not better than the Resident Evil game that I played, the new Resident Evil. So
I felt bad for you too. So I knew how excited you were for it, and then I was watching some of the stream last week before we played golf, and I saw you getting frustrated, and I saw you be like, "This is not a Kuz game."
See, and that's what I realized too is that I suck at streaming video games because the part I was on, I kept dying and dying and dying. And then once I turned off the stream, I blazed through that part first try. Yeah. It's my brain doesn't work well when I'm trying to talk to people.
That's a tough because the stealth. And I was watching you keep throwing bricks at dudes, and I'm like, that's not going to kill that dude, but I don't want to, spoil your fun. Maybe you just wanted to throw the brick. I'm not going to tell him not to throw it.
Sometimes I do just throw stuff in that game just to see what happens. And that's the fun of that game, right? Is that it gives you different options to complete these different puzzles. Yeah. One of the first parts of the game is they showed this in the preview, in the direct or whatever, when they showed the game. You're trying to get into this castle, basically to follow a bellhop. And there's different ways. What's really cool is that there's different ways. You can try sneaking in the castle. You can try, lighting things on fire to cause a distraction to take the guy away from the door so you can run in the door. I ended up finding a press badge buried in a flower pot, and I took that and showed my press badge and was able to walk in. So that's what's really cool is that it gives you all these different options. So Drew, it's not that it's not a Kuz game. I really do enjoy it.
You like all that.
I think I had higher expectations for it. I think
okay,
and maybe it lives up to that, but Where I'm at right now, I'm like, this game is fine. I will absolutely finish it, and I love playing it. Every time I think about sitting down and playing a game, it's that one that I want to play. So it's at the top of my list, but
Sure.
I don't know. It's just fine. I mean, I definitely recommend it, but I don't know. Hambone, expound on that,
Yeah,
please, and
sure.
you can go
Yeah,
into
'cause
what
I'm playing-
you've been. That's all I've been playing.
Yeah, because I've been playing 007 as well. I think I'm like 80-ish% of the way through the game from what I know.
Wow.
And it's not super long. I think you're going to get out of there in less than 15 hours, even if you fail multiple missions. Um, I think right now, honestly, I don't expect it to end as my game of the year, but I think this is my game of the year right now for 2026 releases. I
Wow.
like it better than
Yeah.
Crimson Desert. I like it better than some of the other stuff that I've played.
Prison Death.
I don't think it does any one thing super well, but I think
Hmm.
it's a really great package, like all together.
Yeah.
It does a nice job about switching like more action, like cover-based gunfights, more stealthy sections where you don't have that license to kill and you need to take guys out using your gadgets and hand-to-hand combat, or just
Yeah.
sneaking around the entire situation. But I even really like enjoy the part like you were talking about, Kuz, where it was like, hey, you need to get into this objective. Security's not going to let you in. Figure out how you want to do that, and it gives you that path to do whatever. But I
Right.
do think I'm most impressed with the story so far. It's classic Bond, twist and turns, things that you don't think you see coming. Yeah, it's doing a great job with all of that, and this is a brand new Bond story. It's sort of a Bond reboot, I'd almost call it, set in the modern day. So the story itself is centered around a lot of AI and technology sort of themes. But it's all, Bond is brand new to the Double O program. They're sort of restarting the Double O program after some things went awry like 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, all the character voice acting has been really good. You get some, classic Bond is the ladies' man scenes. There's several of those that I've run into already. I just had a very nice one this evening in Vietnam. Um, and yeah, the settings are really cool too. A lot like you're in a club one time, you're at that gala
Yeah.
at the castle.
That's really cool. Yeah.
I was just at a resort. There was a pirate like shanty town built off of a bunch of boats. That was super cool. Yeah, I'm really really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm close to being done. I probably will go back and try for the platinum. There's a lot
Of
of
course you will. Of
collectibles
course
and
you
stuff.
will.
I think I'll be out of there in under 20 hours to platinum this though. I don't think
Really?
it's too.
There's nothing major.
No, it's collectibles, and from what I hear, it's pretty easy to kind of go back. I'm doing a pretty good job of getting things as I'm going, but I'm sure I've missed some things. And then
Yeah, I think it has chapter select, doesn't it?
yeah, it's got chapter
Yeah.
select, so that'll make it way easier.
Yeah.
And then there's also a side. I don't know why it's online, but they call it like a tax sim mode. So they give you different objectives and mini sort of things to accomplish, little challenges. I haven't touched any of that yet, but I figured
Yeah, I
I'll
haven't
get
either.
that after I roll credits on the story.
Hmm.
But yeah, definitely really like it. Recommend it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's like a mix of Hitman and Uncharted, kind of is how I feel.
Nice.
Maybe not super smooth as an Uncharted, but for what IO Interactive's first kind of foray into like a IP like this, I think it's great. I'm having a good time with it.
Me too.
Let's see what else. I finished Remnant 2, so rolled credits on Remnant 2. Played a bunch with our guy Rainer in the chat. Played a bunch on my save, and what's really cool is you can join either person's game. All your credit and your XP and your weapon levels and the items that you collect carry over back to your game, but it doesn't progress your story. So you go back and you have to kind of run similar chapters and those sorts of things. But the way that they handle the game is that there's 3 different areas that you go to that are randomly assigned. Like your first area might be different than your friends. And then each of those areas have 2 different bosses that you're working towards. So there's a lot of replayability and those sorts of things that come along with the game. Great choice of weapons. The gunplay is really fun. They have some melee combat. That's a good time too. I have this sweet katana that I like to use. and an automatic pistol. And then I had this one long rifle that basically shot out like a frisbee that would just bounce around and hit a bunch of dudes. That was super fun to use. But yeah, I've sort of seen the end of the story. This is a fun game to go back into and just like, hey, if you're listening to a podcast, or I've listened to a lot of Dungeon Crawler Carl while playing Remnant 2 and
Yeah.
just doing whatever, or I've seen the story, and if I'm just looking for something to do and kill some time, Remnant 2 is a good time. I would recommend if it drops on sale again. I think we got it for like $10 or $11. It's definitely worthwhile. So one of the things they announced, and we'll get into state of play and all the other E3 stuff later on, but one of the things they did announce at the PlayStation event is that Marathon, Bungie's game, had a free-to-play week. So I got back in there and did a couple runs. I still am super impressed with the world that they've built, the colors and the environment, and sort of the freaky nature and the eerie, unsettling presentation is there, and I'm really vibing with that. But it is a first-person shooter, and I'm not the greatest at those. And it's PvP, even though there's supposed to be a PvE mode, but I haven't figured out how to unlock that yet. But I think the biggest thing holding me back is just the onboarding to the game. Think about Arc Raiders with all the different items and things like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Like, do I want to slow down and sort of understand what all this stuff is and what's important and what's not? And it does seem like it's got some quality of life stuff where if you pick up something that really isn't worth whatever, as soon as you get back to your home base, it'll just automatically sell it. Like, oh, that's helpful if I don't.
Okay.
That's nice.
But there's still, even on top of that, there's a bunch of stuff like I just don't know. I don't have the mental energy to kind of dissect that. And if it ever drops on like super sale, I'd give it a look. But it didn't sell me, unfortunately, for the free to play week. So if I just want to shoot some things, I'll go play Remnant 2 is sort of where my headspace is at. But I also finished another game, Dark Souls 2.
Yes.
All right.
So it was a blast. I had a really, really fun time with this. I don't know, man. Every time I start one of these games, I'm like, I'll play it a little bit, and then if I fall off, I fall off. But man, I was hooked. I will say Dark Souls 2 is probably my least favorite of the trilogy. But even then, it's like I was talking to my buddy at work who also games, and he's like, "Oh, what'd you think about Dark Souls?" I'm like, "It's not my favorite, but if someone hands you a piece of cake, even if you don't like that kind of cake, you're gonna eat it, right?" So
absolutely, still cake. Yeah.
It's still cake. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat the cake.
What made it worse than the other ones? Did they have different gameplay mechanics, or was it story, or what?
Gameplay mechanics were pretty similar. There's a new stat that they added in Dark Souls 2 called adaptability, I think, and the adaptability stat had an impact on your ability to dodge, like the invincibility frames that you get from every dodge. So you really had to pump that stat to dodge as effectively as you feel like you would in some of the other FromSoft games. But once you worked through that and you pumped it up to a certain level, it was really fine. The weapon customization was very similar to the original Dark Souls. I started out with a swordsman build who specialized in dexterity, like quicker type weapons. And I was dual wielding a straight sword and a scimitar at the start. But then I started using a rapier that I liked, but it wasn't a very exciting weapon to use. I'm not very good at parrying in the Dark Souls games. But this weapon, you just wanted to like poke everybody. It was like poke, dodge, poke. I'm not having as good of a time with that. It was effective, but not super fun. So then I found the twin blades, and I had a great time with the twin blades. So think about like a Donatello like stick, but instead of sticks on the ends, it's just two swords. So you would twirl it, and each twirl the weapon would do a little bit of damage, but you'd get 2 or 3 or 4 hits on like one press of the R1 or the R2 button, and I had a really good time with that. Ran into some difficulty maybe midway through, and then I infused the rapier with poison, which was a good idea. So I was able to kind of take down a lot of bosses by just inflicting them with poison. The rapier was super light, so I was able to carry the rapier and the twin blades at the same time, inflict the poison, and then flip back to the twin blades and kind of fight as the poison was ticking down damage. So that was super fun.
Did you use any type of guide or anything to know where to go?
I didn't throughout, but if I got stuck, I looked up like, hey, after this boss, what should you do? Like a few
Point me in
times.
the right direction.
Yeah.
Type
Can you
thing.
just get
Yeah.
because one of the things that getting back to your question, Kuz, that I didn't like as much about Dark Souls 2 is just the overall interconnectivity of the levels wasn't there as much as it is in the original Dark Souls. Drew, you would remember you'd be like fighting through a crypt and then a swamp and then halfway through a castle and then you find a room and it just has this elevator and you get on it and then the next thing you know you're back at the home base at Firelink Shrine. You're
Yep.
like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And that happens like 4 or 5 times throughout the
A
game.
bunch
And you're
of
like,
times. Yeah.
what is going on? None of that in Dark Souls 2.
Mm.
On the flip side, it does let you fast travel from the start, so that was really
Yeah.
good.
So is it more linear, you're saying, or just it's
It's like linear paths. It's like go down this one path until you get to the end and there's nowhere else to go. And then you just have to
Okay.
know to warp back to that central area. And then you go down this other
Yeah,
path that
that's-
now is open because you talk to this NPC.
so it's
Yeah,
not
you
as
will-
hard to get lost as much.
It's
Like
definitely
Dark
not as hard to
Souls,
get
you can, like,
lost.
you miss one turn the first one.
But there's a
and
lot
you're
of
screwed.
backtracking and stuff, especially
Yeah.
towards the latter half of the game. There's these doors you can't unlock until you get a certain item. And then you find that certain item and you're like, oh God, where was that door that I saw that I now need
Yeah.
to find? So a lot of those things. But yeah, it was fun. I didn't summon for most of the game, probably till about halfway through. I was just hoarding onto my they call them human effigies, which is the same thing as like the humanities from Dark Souls. So I was just
Okay.
hoarding those because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need like a ton at the end when it
I
gets
did
super
that
hard.
when I played.
But then at some point I had like 40 or 50 of them, and I'm like, I'm never gonna use all these. So I started using them, summoning in some help throughout the latter half of the game, which was great. No like other actual players. It was all in-game summons, which was fine. And then the last weapon I switched, I thought I was going to beat the whole game with the twin blades, but I ran into the Looking Glass Knight, which was this big like armor clad knight. The slash and thrust attacks weren't getting it done. So that was one of the bosses I looked up, like, what is his weakness? And his weakness was blunt attacks and lightning damage. And I looked through my weapons that I had, and I had like a mace that I must have picked up in like the first hour and a half of the game. I'm like, oh, I have stats that I can wield this mace now. I put lightning damage on it, and I just tore through that guy like nothing else.
Huh,
It was
that's fine.
awesome. So I ended up using that mace for almost like the whole rest of the game because a lot of the enemies were those like metallic armor clad
Oh, yeah,
enemies, and just the way the game works is like, hey, a certain type of damage and a certain element typically has some sort of weakness. But aside from that mirror looking glass knight, another thing I didn't really love about Dark Souls 2 is that the bosses weren't super memorable. A lot of just, yeah, they look like a Dark Souls boss. There's a big lava monster or a dude who looks like it's just a bunch of dudes piled on top of one another. I think the only other guy that I really liked, there was one dude who was like the demon of song, and it basically was this big mangled face inside of a frog body. And the only time that you could attack the guy was when his big frog lips were opened up by his weird frog hands and his big stupid head popped out. And then you had to go hit the head. And then he'd close his stupid frog lips and hop away. And half the time it would be onto you. But aside from Frog Dude and Mirror Glass.
That sounds like a ham bone boss.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked that guy. But aside from that, I think like the bosses in Dark Souls 3 are way better, way more memorable, like Nameless King and Pontiff Sylvain. And I'm saying those names, and you guys have
they're
no
not
clue what I'm
connected
talking
at
about.
all, right?
What's that? Connected?
games?
Not directly.
No.
The story of Dark Souls is loosely connected. I would say, hey, go watch a YouTube video to get the down and dirty of it. But basically, you're just every game you're a no-name human who has now been reborn into this ability to regenerate, and you now need to link the flame to basically maintain the order of the world. That's sort of what it is. And there's enemies that hold keys that you need to be able to unlock something at the end and be able to link the flame. Really basic on the surface.
Yep.
There's way more inside
Sure.
of it, but yeah. But I loved it. I love being able to say, hey, I played all the Dark Souls games. These games you need to play like 3 or 4 times to platinum. I'm not going to do that right now. I did get out of Dark Souls 2 in like 24 hours.
Oh,
So
nice.
That's pretty good.
it was really manageable. And I actually looked at all the Dark Souls games. They all under 35 hours for me. I think Dark Souls 3 up to 33 hours. The original Dark Souls was like 25, and this one was 23. So
So what the hell did I do wrong?
I think you killed everything, I think is what you did. You just kept killing things.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
did.
You explored.
But
You
yeah, I
had
mean,
fun with the game.
to be
Drew.
fair, that was your first type of those games,
I
right?
sucked
You
at
know?
it, Coos, is the polite. The polite
No. But
over 70 hours. Hambone tried to play the game twice.
Yeah.
hey, but now you know what to expect the next time you get into one.
I loved it. You know that. I shared so much. I loved it.
Yeah, I had a blast. I love these games. They're super fun. So anyway, so that's what I've been playing. Drew, how about you, my friend?
Yeah. So Indiana Jones, I talked about that a little bit last week, and I beat it. I had a blast with it. I really enjoyed it. I thought the story was fantastic. Um, I know I talked a little bit last time about like I didn't know what to do, and I thought it was not enough information. Maybe I take that back. Maybe I was still trying to understand like the menus, introduction, and the new level, walking around the Vatican and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, from start to finish, when I looked at this game, it had a lot of positives. Like the length of the game, perfect between that 20 to 25 hour length. I thought the story was like just enough that like itched me like, ooh, like what's next? I don't think it overstayed its welcome really in each area that it progressed through the game. I thought that like when you get to a quest area, it gave you a little information and then you had to use a little of your information as well. I thought the puzzles were perfect. The only, I guess, thing that I would say is, I mean, being a first person game, I mean, I played my share, but there was something about it. I just think it didn't flow. I can't, I don't know what it was, Hambone, but there was something about that game being first person that was just a little off. And I don't know what it was.
Was it the because I play some first person games, and I think
Yeah.
Marathon's a good example, is that when you walk, you're kind of just like gliding.
Yeah.
And indie, it's like you feel every step.
Which is great.
Is that kind of what you're talking about, or is it just more so the perspective?
I don't know what it was. And I don't mean it necessarily in a terrible way, but I think it was memorable enough for me to bring it up, right? But I think I also liked that like you get into a new area, it's like you need to get here. But you could go the direct path or you could branch off and make things harder, right? I do like it is a stealth game per se, but it's also, I mean, you're not just going to go in guns blazing and beat the mission. You don't have enough ammo. It's not designed for that type of game. I think the hand-to-hand combat is tricky, and you know where you fight the giant, the bald guy after you kill the snake. You fight him the first time, and like knee deep water. That was the first time in the game, which is probably halfway through the game, if not more, that I was like, okay, if I don't learn how to dodge, I'm not going to beat him. Like every other hand-to-hand combat, I would just go up and kind of just muscle my way through it. You take a hit or two, but at the end of the day, you're knocking the guy down. That guy, you had to learn to dodge to hit him. So like that far into the game, I guess, it was interesting. Right? I mean, because like I said, you wanted to just go in there and punch. Very different. Overall, like I said, I love the game. It's going to probably be on my top 10 list of the year by far. I don't know where it will fall, but yeah, really enjoyed it. I kept wanting to play to see the story unravel, and I thought the story, I think you said it best. It was probably the best Indiana Jones story besides the original 3.
Yeah.
So, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I told you guys I bought this out on a whim, sporadic purchase, really for the wife because I know she likes playing certain games. She's played through like 4 chapters out of the 6 chapters in this game. I've watched a lot of it just because she's you want, and she'd always like give me the controller. You want to play? I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna watch. And I asked her to sum up this game in like one word. What would it be? Boring was what the word she chose, and I agree. Watching that game was just like, it's a kid's game. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's great. It's visually stunning. I wish they made like a Mario game that looked like that, but visually stunning. But man, that game just looks so boring. I will say the little characters, like the new characters and enemies and other guys, designs are pretty awesome. I think they're pretty cool, but the gameplay looks boring to me.
Yeah.
And her as well. So, last thing I want to talk about is Mina the Hollower. I'm surprised you didn't play this, Hambone. But
I played the demo. I didn't like it.
so here's
Same.
the thing. I hated the demo. Didn't even finish the demo. Like, didn't like it. Then it came out. It's gotten great reviews, and I can't even remember the demo, but it's really fun. Like,
Let me ask you this, Drew, before you get too far into it.
Yeah.
What if you played the demo and just turned it off because you didn't like it, and then turned around and bought the game after not enjoying the demo? Is it the reviews that did it for you?
I think it's a mix of the reviews. I think seeing more maybe video or pictures of the game and learning a little bit more about the gameplay. You know what it was in the demo, and even before I even purchased the game, that kind of had the turn off for me was like the burrow in. Like the fact that Mina like burrows in the ground and moves and then jumps up and you have to go under a thing. I was like, I don't know if like I liked that part of the game. And that's a huge part of it, right? That's part of like the big gameplay feature. So like that was what I didn't like and didn't sell me. But like if I can get through that, I think there's something here that is really selling me. I mean, it's Link's Awakening play style. Like that's what it reminded me of, and that's one of my favorite childhood games. So I'm like, if it's anything like that, even a fraction of that, I'm gonna like the gameplay. I'm gonna like the collecting. I'm gonna like the little tools and the upgrades and stuff like that. So, especially coming off Dark Souls and understanding it is a soul-like game, right? Where you collect the bones, and if you die, you go back to your last save point, and then you have to go find your little spark to collect your bones. And if you don't, you're going to lose those bones. So I was coming fresh off Dark Souls 1. I'm like, I kind of like this concept. Like it's enough challenging. And then I also heard that it wasn't as, it's not super challenging. And then the other big thing that turned me off originally was like Metroidvania-ish style, like you didn't get lost. And then I just thought about it. I'm like, you get lost in a Zelda game, like you can get lost in any game. So I said, hell, I think it was only $20, right? I don't think it's a full price game. I said, $20. I just beat Indiana Jones. Let me give it a try. And yeah, I'm like, this is like an 8.5, 9. I would give it a 10.
That's great.
I think it's great. I'm about 21 hours in.
Wow.
Super close to being done with it, and I just think it's great. I went with like the ball and the chain, like it's like kind of like a little bit of a whip style combat, but you can change throughout the game. Like I said, the borrowing part, like I'm still not in love with it. I think it still plays a little odd, a little bit, but there's tons of like little trinkets essentially that you can upgrade to, just like in any game, right? Gives you +1 per attack, or lets you borrow further, or lets you do some extra damage, or lets you have extra potions, or you can customize your playstyle any way you want for that, which is great. And I'm always changing it, right? Before boss battle, I might, hey, this guy does lightning. I'm gonna have a lightning shield that gives me extra lightning resistance. I'm gonna put that on. But yeah, the boss battles are all challenging, but nothing too like, maybe I had to fight one boss 5 to 7 times before I beat it. I died a few times, but then there's another boss that I probably beat without dying once. So there's the cool things that I like about this game that I don't know if I've seen in other games before, or just stuff that you don't see often, rather. So one part I like is you have your potion vials that you can use, and anytime you go sleep or rest, it replenishes them all for free. But to use it, you have to hit the boss. So for example, if I go into a level and I'm just getting destroyed, I keep getting hit and my health is going down, and I want to use a potion, it's not going to heal you. You have to hit the boss, right? So what I mean by that is, or any enemy that is, you almost have your red health bar, and then there's a yellow health bar that goes like out past it. So every time you hit an enemy or a boss, the yellow health bar is going up as well. if I drink a potion, I'm going to heal all of the yellow. So it's an interesting concept
that's
that like
cool.
you have to attack to heal. You can't just sit back and get destroyed and heal. It's kind of a cool concept. It makes it more challenging, of course, but I kind of like it. Another cool thing it does is after you beat a boss, to kind of like give you a little bit of direction of where to go next, right? Because there's one town, central town, that just like other games unlocks as you beat more bosses. You branch out from there and you go to all these other areas. So when you beat a boss, you kind of I gotta go back to that town, and you go to like this little newspaper stand. The girl's selling the newspaper. You go to the newspaper, and it's really cool. The newspaper, you pull it up 8-bit style, and it tells you like a little bit about, hey, Mina just beat this boss, and like now Mina should go do this, and like it kind of tells you where you should go next, and it like introduces it into the story that way rather than just like some guy telling you, hey, you should go check out the mountains now. It's all in the newspaper, which I thought was pretty clever. So yeah, I mean, overall, the game is a lot of fun. There's a lot of secrets, nooks and crannies that you can find and explore if you choose to. But yeah, I really liked it. The characters are great. It's the different worlds that you have to, or different lands, I guess you go. It's like, you go to a bayou and there's all these talking crocodiles and stuff. It's a cool environment, really clever. So I recommend it. I think you would like it, Hambone. Because I don't think you'd love it, but I think you should maybe give it a try. I in the same page hated the demo. I think knowing also that they took a lot of time off and pulled it back and polished it. I don't know what they changed, but it's also a lot of fun. I also remember the demo. I did the hammer, and I don't know if that's a great starting item. I think the hammer's a little tricky to start with, in my opinion. So and the good news is you can get any weapon in the future. Like you can always buy them, or you can find them for free and get them unlocked. So
pretty cool. Yeah, I have it wish listed, but
yeah,
not the top.
Are you playing mostly handheld or on TV?
All TV I've been playing.
Okay, interesting.
Yep. So that's it for me. Just those 3.
Okay. Well, moving on. Unfortunately, this week we're not going to talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl. I know there's a lot of you out there that want to get into this book club thing that Drew is.
Well, we're not ready there yet. We said the end of June is so we're giving everyone time. But I will say, I read the book and I am halfway through book 2. That's how damn good it is.
All right. Well,
yeah,
good. Save that.
Same.
Well, if you know, you know. Darth,
you know.
Damn it, don't it? And I'll give a little.
There's lots of people reading this book with you guys, though. Hammone's reading it. Drew's reading it. Darth,
we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to do something.
We're gonna do a special episode. Maybe we'll do it on one of our off Monday night episodes, and we'll just get everybody. We'll record it, and we'll. I'll come up with something. I'll come up with a game or some questions or some chatter. We'll ask AI. They'll give us some stuff to do.
I don't know if I'll attend that one. I told you guys we were streaming. I'm not going to read. I'm just telling you straight up, I'm not going to read this book. But I'm so glad that you all are enjoying it. And several members of the Discord. If you want to really get in discussion about this, join the Discord. I think. Did you start a channel on this? Is there?
I did. There is.
Okay. Well, you've got. There's a whole channel.
Yeah, Carl comes right after Birds. So just take a look. You'll find both of those hot channels in the Discord.
Alphabetically and in the Discord. So yeah. Hambone, the Dark Soul Master. We've already discussed that. Hambone is the Dark Soul Master. He's dominated them all. You know what? We've got a question here from Darth Platypus that we'd like to discuss here. Guys, if you had to pick a video game character to represent humanity to aliens, who would you pick?
It's a great question. Well, I'm going to tell you what AI ChatGPT says is that.
Oh, you cheater.
Well, no, I'm going to give you my own answer as well. But I was curious to see what the real answer is. Just, they say Commander Shepard, who I didn't know who that was, from Mass Effect, would be the, he's got his military background. They say he has moral choices. cooperation, adaptability. I don't know who he is. I mean, Hambo, can you speak to him? Is that a good choice?
Yeah, he's a good he or she. That is a great choice.
Okay.
Mass Effect's all about aliens.
There
So
you go.
yeah, that's
But
pretty
that's
good
not
answer
fun.
from AI.
We could have given
That's
our
not
real
fun.
answers.
Give me your real answer, Drew.
My
That's
question is, are these aliens a threat? Are they the kind fluffy ET ones?
I
Are
agree.
they, what do these aliens want? Do they want peace or war?
I think I'm gonna send a Goomba up there, and then gonna look at this thing and be like, "Our time is not worth it on this planet," and they're gonna leave, and that's probably what we want. So I think we pick a Goomba. If we really wanted to pick just a general guy, I'm gonna go Luigi. I feel like Luigi represents humanity pretty good, though. I mean, I think he shows a little bit of nervousness, but he's also, a guy that there can talk the talk for us. But I think he's a true representative of the average Joe.
I think that's a
Yeah.
fair pick.
Yeah,
Scared to death, Luigi is also.
yeah. Well, I mean, wouldn't you be if you confronted by an alien or
Not
ghost?
if I was Mega Man, who is my pick.
Ooh.
I don't know. I was thinking Mega Man because, as you learned several episodes ago, I loved Mega Man when I was young, and I just think he looks kind, and also he looks like he can handle himself. So he's got a big blaster hand and also a nice face. So I think he's bringing both sides to the
answer.
party.
Yeah, it is a nice face.
He's seen
Yeah.
it all too. He knows he's seen it all. There's nothing that's going to surprise him.
That's right. Yeah.
That's good. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm going with Rash from Battletoads.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep them off their feet. Maybe they're expecting just a planet of Battletoads, and they come here and it's just humans. But whether they're there to make friends or they're there to invade, I think Rash as our initial envoy to the alien fleet, he'll assess the situation. If he needs to turn his arm into a much larger arm to punch an alien in the face, he'll do it. Or if not, he'll just have some cringy dialogue back and forth with the aliens, then come back and report out. So yeah, Rash from Battletoads. Plus, he's really good on those speeders. Those speeders with the walls. So that might be clutch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
If you were to get a video game character tattoo, Hambone, would it also be Rash?
No.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know. I have to get down with some thought. I'm tattoo-less, so that's something I need to think about.
Yeah. You couldn't just go Rash off the bat. You gotta.
That's like a second or third tattoo. I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. All right, moving on. Today is June 9th. There was a Nintendo Direct. Can you believe it? It was announced yesterday on the 8th, right? Well, it was. I love that Nintendo gives these like 24-hour notices. Get ready, kids, because in 24 hours you're going to see brand new Nintendo games. It happened. Drew's been waiting forever, and here we are with the Nintendo Direct. Guys, lay it on me. What happened?
What a letdown. So here's some fun facts. Over 50 games were showed. 9 of them
That's
being
amazing.
Developed by Nintendo. 9. And you still question overall, and at least I do, like, what is Nintendo truly working on? Not that 9 is a small number.
Just Xenoblade.
Xenoblade Genesis, which we'll talk about. Let's talk about it, because I've played every Xenoblade out there. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan, but I am a fan. And this one, from what I understand, it's like Xenoblade Chronicles, probably, right? It's their spin-off, I'm assuming. It's not Xenoblade 4. What are they doing with the art style here? People, I'm all for these unique art styles, but that art style is not Xenoblade, and I'm not here for it, and I'm not happy about it, and almost makes me not want to play it. Like, that trailer didn't do it for me, and I'm a Xenoblade fan.
Huh. I've never played a Xenoblade. I know people love them.
Yeah, you love them because of the world, I think, the unique combat system. The stories are fine. I think it's the gameplay and the exploring and stuff like that. And I don't know. I didn't see that in this one. Maybe it was a bad trailer. Maybe that was the problem.
Why so much Xenoblade?
Agreed.
How many times have they remade these games?
So they're introducing new things, but again, I don't need to play Xenoblade 1 now and be able to take some hovercraft around the map.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, great for the fans out there of the series, but
I agree.
I don't know.
I'm a big hey nayer when it comes to re-releasing games on Switch 2. I think that should not be a thing. Should
You
it be
say
allowed?
hey nair?
Hey,
Hey
Nair.
there. Hey
Is
there.
that a thing?
That,
It
I mean,
now
it is
is.
now.
it is
Hell yeah.
now.
Yep.
It
Hey
means I
there.
don't like it. That's what it
Yeah.
means.
Hey, Nick. Well, let me talk about something I do like because let's turn this upside down. Because I'm pumped for Fire Emblem. Art style looks like Fire Emblem. We got a good look at the kind of what you're doing. In terms of like some sort of big battle, you're all coming to some central town for, but then you can go out to the world and level up your characters and stuff. I'm very intrigued about these 4 different playable characters that they introduced. It kind of remind me a lot of the different schools from Three Houses. So I'm wondering if there's if you're going to eventually all come together, or if there's going to be some replayability where, hey, maybe you play one playthrough as this one, and then it's like, hey, maybe you want
That's
to check
how I
out the next one.
interpreted it.
That's kind of
play-
what I thought too. My problem or issue with the Fire Emblems is they're not short games. They're 40, 50 hours long if you're doing everything. So to play through all that 3 or 4
lot.
times, that's a lot to
Well,
ask
maybe
of
this one
somebody.
will be shorter.
I'm hopeful, but I think it looks good. I'm intrigued. Coming out in September is crazy. We'll get into it in a little bit, but there's September is just filled with games.
Yeah.
Everyone's forgetting about these middle summer months. Everything's in September. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
I think this game does look great, and every time I see these, man, I'm gonna jump into this one, and then I just remember, and even the tactic part. I'm a fan of Ward Roove and whatever the other one was, but then I remember how much talky talk Fire Emblem games have, and I'm just
they do have a lot of talky talk.
You're
gonna hey nay right out of that one.
I'm a hey nayer on the talky talk. So
here's my issue with Fire Emblem. Don't they come out the Fire Emblem comes out once a year?
Agreed.
No,
There's lots
Feels
of
like
other Nintendo franchises that we've been waiting on. That
I agree
they're
with
just
that.
abandoned, but Fire Emblem just keeps
The last
coming
one,
out.
Engage, came out in 23. I want to say.
It feels like
And
once
then
a year.
Three
Hambo and
Houses
Johnny.
was
Feels like yesterday.
2019. I want to say.
Yeah. And when was the last Kid Icarus?
When's the last Punch Out?
Fair points. I'm just saying it's it's not
When's the last-
Fire Emblem
when was the last-
2026.
What's the last 3D Mario? The freaking
Yeah.
mascot of Nintendo.
Yep.
That is fair.
I'm gonna take that to my grave.
Three Houses was 2019.
Anyways, who's ready for some rhythm heaven groove?
I am.
am.
I'm going to play it.
I'm
This
gonna
looks
play
super
it.
fun.
This sold me. This sold me. I'm in. I thought it was interesting though. Switch 1 only, July 2nd, with no date for Switch 2 release. What's up with that? What is
Weird.
up with that?
But I don't care, honestly.
I don't
It,
care.
doesn't-
but
it
I
doesn't
think
look like it
that's-
needs. Is it even
doesn't.
going to be? Is it going to release on Switch 2 though as well?
It
or
said
is it
at a
just,
later date. Yeah,
oh, it did. All right, I missed
But
that.
I just think it's odd that you're building a game for your last generation console and releasing that before the newer generation. I just think that's an odd, confusing.
That is weird.
thing
I
for a
didn't
company to
catch
do.
that. But
It
it looks super fun. I've never played a Rhythm Heaven game. I showed some of the trailers to Owen when we got home, and he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
we were playing that one."
It
It's
does
like,
look fun.
absolutely.
It
Yeah.
does look fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys ever play Dragman Dogma? Because I feel like I always want to play these.
That
but
looks
I
like a
just-
Drew game.
They don't.
I know. I've got here in my notes Drew game. Clunky.
Yes, yes, that's what I heard about it. It's very clunky.
They get a pretty good reputation, if I remember. If I've heard
They're
correctly.
good games, but they don't even really run very well on PlayStation. So I'm very concerned with how it's going to perform on Switch 2.
The
I
problem
think,
is
yeah,
it's after Elden Ring. It's not that I'm comparing the two by any means, right? But it's these
no,
open
but I
world-
think there are there are
open
some
games.
similarities.
I don't know if I'll have enough in me to play them back to back.
The Dragon's Dogma series always freaks me out because the cat people, like the bipedal cats, just freaks me out. Yeah,
That's fair.
don't like that. I'm a Hey Nair on the bipedal cats.
You're no Princess Donut fan?
She's on 4 legs still.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Love Princess
She's
Donut.
fine. If you start walking on 2 legs, you got to have a good reason.
Speaking of 2, how about co-op game Orbitals? We all here for that? Oh, yeah. I was excited for that one. We didn't have a date on that one, I don't believe.
9/3.
No, we didn't have one prior to the direct.
We did not. But yeah, they announced the date. They said at some point this year. Yeah, Orbitals is high on my list. I'm hoping to dust the co-op dust off of Coos, bring them on for some streams maybe.
Perfect.
I think Owen wants to play this as well. Looks super fun.
Looks like almost like a more cartoony, maybe kiddish version of Split Fiction. I mean, that's the way I would describe it.
Yeah, it's like a 1980s style anime version almost.
Yeah,
like, super fun.
But speaking of our net streaming game, we're playing Big Walk, right? We have to.
Absolutely. And it's coming free to PS Plus as well.
My favorite part of that trailer was when he ripped the binoculars out of the guy's hand and just punted them into the ocean. Like, that's fantastic. I can't wait for that to happen to one
It just looks like stupid fun. Yeah. I'm super excited about it.
I'm hoping,
Big Walk on my
I'm hoping it's like
for a while.
Anybody could just join Monday nights that wants to play. Like, I hope it's like 8 of us are just walking around doing nonsense.
Just like mayhem. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yep, love it.
I want to call out Pika Nuku 2 because that looks like more mayhem. I know you guys.
The first one?
I did. I played that game like 4 times.
Of course you did.
Yeah, Owen and I love this game. It's just like you're a stupid little bean with legs, and you can roll around and you meet other stupid little beans or clouds that have faces or a big avocado, and you solve their problems by giving people hats. And you try to destroy the evil corporation. And there's just a bunch of fun little platformy puzzles, really silly, funny dialogue. It's short. It's like 2 hours long. It's not a big investment, which is probably why we've played it so many times. But Pika Nuku 2 in 3D, all the same wacky zaniness. I'm there for it. It looks fun. 2027.
I'll play that one too.
Nice.
A lot of these games in this direct had a very Japanese feel, I think, and that was one of them too.
Absolutely.
Some of them are like, "What in the world is going on here?" You know, there's
I don't know what's
so many
happening,
colors
but I'm here for
and
it.
nonsense, and it's very video gamey. So
yes.
Yep, agreed.
What do you guys think about this? I was just going to ask about this DK challenge, time limited.
Yeah.
Does that piss you off?
Time limited.
That kind of pisses me off.
I
Why
don't
does
really
it have
get
to be time limited?
Can you play all these games if you don't even have like Bonanza?
Everything but the Bonanza challenges, is getting pulled from the NSO games, as far as I understand.
But what if you don't own Bonanza? Can you play those challenges?
No,
Not the Bonanza ones. No.
Okay.
It said you have to have, if you have Bonanza, then here's what you can play. I don't know about the time stuff. It never bothered me because I don't think I've ever stuck with a game long enough. Like, I've never said, wow, I wish I could go back to Mario 25 or whatever it was.
I loved that game.
But, you know, if it's, I've never, the time stuff has never bothered me. If there was a game that I really loved and they said, oh, you only have 1 month to play this, I'd probably be pissed about it. But nothing's ever got me hype enough to care.
I don't know if I care enough to even play this. I mean, are you guys?
I'm going to.
Yeah, I'll mess around
the
with
card collection, Drew. There's a card collection.
I didn't even collect all the movie ones from the
Wait,
app.
I meant to tell you they're good through August. You can still do it.
Oh, did I get one right now?
I got them all, and it said, congratulations. You could have waited till August to do this. But yeah, these DK challenges have cards, which I was on another podcast talking with my buddy Christian about why I play PlayStation more than Nintendo. It's because the trophies, and Nintendo said, I see your trophies and I present DK cards that you can collect.
For a limited time only, just like the movie cards.
Just a limited time only. So I'm in for DK challenge, mainly for the card collecting.
Nice.
All right. Well, I now just got a green shell for the day.
Pokopia is adding diving. It's not in our notes, but I know when you all saw that, you thought, "Kuz, this is it." Right?
If there's something for Kuz to play, it's this one.
Yeah. It almost made me interested enough to play Pokopia.
I thought
but
it was
not quite.
I thought it was really interesting. We're like, hey, you can go diving, but if you pay us, there'll be a town under the water. So what's there going to be?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that either. So
yeah, that was kind of.
There's no
maybe there's just like resources down there or something.
Items.
There's Pokemon. There's water
Pokemon,
a Pokemon that you can see.
Whatever. People
yeah,
love
but you
game.
can't build water town stuff. You only build town stuff. I don't know. Ninjala 2, this bubblegum game. Was there a Ninjala 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was just called Ninjala, actually. It wasn't called Ninjala 1. It was just called Ninjala. And I downloaded it and never played it. I think it was free to play, actually.
I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks cute.
I mean, we're gonna wait a year, but it's on the radar.
That's one of those games. If there's nothing else coming out at the time where it launches, it's like, maybe I'd take a look. But
yeah,
I'm not going to play that at all.
Not the top of my list.
Hambone, 15 seconds. Why should I play Lies of P?
Lies of P. If you liked Dark Souls and you vibed with some of that combat.
If you like Debbie Loves Dallas, Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah. If you like Debbie Does Dallas, you'll love Debbie Does Dallas too.
You like Pinocchio.
You'll love.
Don't worry about the Pinocchio theme.
I like Pinocchio. Maybe I should.
It's gritty. It's gritty Pinocchio. The bosses are super cool. The weapon customization is really fun. The parry system is great. Way easier to parry than Dark Souls.
Is this a 100-hour game or no?
What's that? 100? No.
Is...
30. 20 to 30, depending on how quick you play it. There's not as much exploring as Dark Souls. It's more linear. There's some exploring, but it's not as you won't get as lost. Give it a look. It's very good.
Battling Dragon Dogma 2, so we'll see.
I like in the Souls ranking, Lies of P is like probably up there right under Dark Souls 3 for me. It's like Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3, Lies of P, and everything else after that.
Okay.
Pinocchio, The Last Ronin.
Yes.
We talked about our Xenoblade nonsense, which is a shame.
What'd you guys think about that Vampire Survivors 8-player? That's not on our list, but
it was based off some other franchise.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's anime.
Of course, you know all about it.
I actually just started watching that like last weekend.
Oh my God. You're pumped. So you're all in.
No, whatever. No, it didn't look compelling to me. I thought the concept was cool. Like play Vampire Survivors, but it's Tetris 99, and then it's versus at the end is sort of what it kind of gave me. Cool concept. Awesome that they're using that IP. I'm sure they're getting a nice payday off that. And nope, pass.
Okay,
NA out of that one.
It's like that One Piece stupid Pixel game that you've seen everywhere before, and now they added One Piece into it, and it's going to sell it hotcakes.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is coming.
Archery, I'm in.
How many of these do we have? If we go
just
back,
not enough. We need one more.
There's just one. There's one. It's called Nintendo Switch Sports.
I need another way to play Wii Bowling.
Switch Sports Resort. Yeah.
What about golf?
The
golf's on
fun.
there. I'm playing this game. I'm playing. I love the Switch Sports games.
I hate that I'm going to pay $70 for this, but we're getting it, and we're going to play archery together as a family for one night, and then we're going to move
play
on.
It again.
But man,
we can play golf online.
Yeah, golf would be fun.
Do I have to? Can I sit on my couch, or do you have to swing the Joy-Con? Because I'm over that. All right, I'm over that crap.
Yeah, you know what looked really cool though is the jet ski with the Joy-Con.
Yeah, what did they call it though? They called it something weird. It was like
power cruising.
Power cruising.
I'm all in on power cruising.
This game looks terrible, guys. I why do we need this? This is valuable Nintendo resources that made this garbage. And you know what? It's gonna sell, and that's what I hate about it.
It's absolutely gonna sell.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you it will be more fun than Yoshi in the Mysterious Book.
That's a fact. That is a fact. And I probably paid more for Yoshi than I'll pay for this.
Thumb wrestling makes its appearance on Nintendo Switch Sports for the first time ever. I don't know about thumb wrestling, and there was an interesting mechanic where the longer you held your thumb down, it grew bigger, and so you had a swollen thumb that then you could use. Guy was all in though. Takahashi
didn't work for him.
no. But
What
he
what person sitting at Nintendo makes a decision that we're gonna have you play this game and lose in the direct?
yeah, I love that. I love that he lost. I was like, yes. Random treehouse person that beat Takahashi. But yeah, we'll play this. I'm sure. Yeah, bowling, right? Bowling's all you need. I just don't know why they just don't put out bowling, but that's it. RuneScape, Dragon Wilds. You know, as this direct went on and these games kept coming, everyone I'd see was like had a wizard and a dragon in it. Most of these games were just wizard and dragon games that all of them look like Drew games. So I figured you'd love this direct, Drew. And you know what I thought about doing is taking one of these videos and splicing it and putting in all the dragon, like splicing it up with all the dragons and
every
wizards.
dragon. Yeah.
And wondering how many different games went into this one trailer. And there was probably at least 7 or 8 in this direct.
Listen, this is like if Ages of Mages became 3D like online play. I saw this was in maybe the State of Play last week for PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a few spots.
I mean, RuneScape's been a game since the dawn of the internet, right? But I don't know. I feel like, you know, my nerd buddies that we play Baldur's Gate every week, I could see us like picking this up because this is one of those games that the cool part about it is it's like a survival RPG, action RPG, right? So
yeah,
if one guy wants to go online and farm trees and cut the trees and make wood and build a house for 40 hours this week, when I log on next week, it affects me. I kind of like that concept of that like MMO where everybody's contributing to your little shared world, and then when I come on to play, we're like, all right, we're gonna go do this dungeon and hunt this dragon. Great, I got all the potions made, I got the fire going, I built us a house. Great, I didn't have to do any of that. So it's kind of I'm kind of intrigued in this. Because you can even fish, you could go catch fish in forest while we're, you know, just saying.
That's the only part that I liked.
Well, you can buy the game just to fish.
Yeah.
Star Fox, you guys saw the demo yet?
No, but I will.
I don't need the demo. I'm getting it.
I don't need it either because I'm not getting it. Here we are, though. $70 later playing Yoshi in my house, so who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Hambone.
No, hold on. As we're about to talk about Dusk Bloods here, and you posted in Discord, Dusk Bloods is a system seller. Have you met Nintendo? Have you met Nintendo? They don't sell systems to adults who want dinosaur Dracula.
Vampires.
Dracula. That's what I was. That's another dragons, dinosaurs, and Dracula. No, they want to sell Mario as a system seller. Zelda, Metroid. Even I bought the Switch OLED for Metroid. Dusk Bloods is just for old people. Drew.
People want it. People, nerds like us, friends. I know 2 people that want this game. That would waiting to buy. This was the game that was in the original Switch 2 announcement bundle trailer, sizzle reel, whatever you want to call it. We still don't really know what the hell it is. That's the part that blows my mind. I mean, everything we've seen looks cool. We think it's some type of 7-person online co-op. Maybe you fight each other. I don't think we really know.
From what I heard, it is more PvP focused, which makes me nervous. Because I really wanted to have some sort of like story or wrap around it, where it's not just PvP. But if it's like PvP arena, I'm out. I'll tell you that right now.
I agree.
I don't need that.
I don't need that either.
I need something more. But I think that's one of the reasons why they're doing a closed network test, is to make sure that connection makes sense.
So explain that to me and everyone else, but like, what does that mean? They said closed network test this summer. That's all it said. Does that mean it's not open to the public, or it's like invite only?
You're gonna have to sign up for it, and it's going to be like, hey, you know, we want to stress test the servers or whatever, but we're only going to let in 1 million people or whatever, right? We're not, or you know, pick a number. I don't know what's reasonable. As opposed to just an open beta weekend or something like that, where like, hey, whoever wants to get in, just join in, download the demo and try it out. So that's all that means.
Okay.
I would have
think
liked to
this-
see some gameplay. It's super atmospheric. It's FromSoft
Yeah.
doing FromSoft stuff. Really cool imagery, like that blood moon with the
Yeah.
drip of blood coming down, and everything has that red hue. It looks so cool,
It
but
does.
I don't know. I need to see more.
I still don't know what it.
I'm probably
going
going to get it, but I'm nervous. I'm
And
nervous.
this is,
that
from
they're
what I
not showing anything.
understand, Nintendo exclusive at launch.
It is.
Right? It
is.
most likely will be in other consoles, but might be 6 months, 12 months. We have no idea.
Correct. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what that is, but yes, exclusive for Nintendo at launch.
Interesting. All right. We know nothing
Splatoon
more than we know.
Raiders I have here in my notes.
Mhm.
Looks fun, but is that how I want to spend my life?
That is probably the best description I've ever heard of that game. It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Every time I watch Splatoon, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I've never played a Splatoon. There's just a lot of mayhem and
It's
paint
not a mayhem.
and
Yeah.
whatever going
So,
around.
Solo Direct. They're all in on this game, huh? They're doing their own Direct on it, June 30th.
Yeah.
I mean,
give you all
Splatoon's
the
huge for that.
They love Splatoon.
They love
Nintendo loves it. Japan loves it. There's a lot of people. I mean, it's a popular IP, and I don't know. I have fun with it, but it's not where I want to spend my time.
I think you nailed it there. Perfectly nailed it.
I'm surprised that you're not a bigger Kingdom Hearts fan, Drew, as much as you love the Disney characters.
You're right. Well, Kingdom Hearts was never really on any of the big Nintendo consoles, right? I mean, I think it was on some of the
Not until
DS ones,
recent.
but now it's cloud. I think they're only cloud only versions. I think they're
right
only cloud
now on
versions.
Switch 1, yeah, and that's like sort
Yeah.
of the controversy that I'm reading about now. It's like,
This-
hey,
this- the
they're
only-
delisting the cloud version, so you're not going to be able to play them.
No,
So
but
if you want
I
to keep
think I'd
playing
rather
them, you're
wait.
going to have to.
But you
Yeah.
could probably buy the entire bundle for $300. My guess is
Some ridiculous
these
amount.
games
Yeah.
are cheap. But I also think these games are long, if I remember correctly. I don't think they're short games, right?
No,
And I've also heard that the storyline is the most confusing story you'll ever try to figure out in your entire life.
that's why I'm out.
That one reason I'm out, but maybe I'll give it a try. Maybe that's something me and the wife can play. Because I am a big Disney fan, and I think some of that interactions does look really cool. But
Yeah.
I think the big announcement here is that Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be released on Switch 2 day and day with every other console, which is kind of a big deal, whether we're fans or not. The more and more we see that, I think the better for Nintendo that's going to be long term.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Final
the other-
Fantasy
Final Fantasy.
again.
Got to say, Final Fantasy again. With
again.
the first 2D
talked about
HD
it.
style of it.
This is worse than Fire Emblem.
I know, right?
There's a lot of Final Fantasies. I will give you guys that one.
How's that online one going? You still playing that 12?
No. Leafa Tockhart has sitting on my system untouched. But
She's
this
been
one looks
touched.
fun. It's sort of calling back some of the other, you saw Cloud and Noctis and some of the other guys out there from the other Final Fantasy games coming to almost be like summons, like there would be summons in other Final Fantasies. So I'm intrigued. I'm going to play this. It's on all consoles. I don't know if I'll play it on Switch, but October for Final Fantasy Resonance. I am in on that for sure.
And all the rumors were correct that The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is coming out this year at some point. My guess is late November, early December. That's
Same.
Yeah, I think
Nintendo
Thanksgiving
rarely puts
ish
out
time.
games in December. So it'll probably be around that time. They'll put out a remake of a Zelda game to combat Grand Theft Auto 6. We'll see how that goes, but Ocarina of Time was my favorite game of all time until Breath of the Wild came out, and then The Last of Us as well kind of took over the Ocarina of Time spot. But that game's still up there, still a classic.
So good.
I just wanted to see how it looked, and they just showed Link laying there. If that's
I
how
know.
the game looks, that's insane. I'm
It-
still gonna play it.
it's
but
one of those things you're
I would have
upset.
liked to see a little more gameplay
Me
there.
too, but at the end of the day, like it was done well. It was cool. I mean, we all know and love the story, but like it gets you excited. That whole little intro was kind of cool. What they did. I just played this recently. Actually, I played both this and Majora's when they came out on NSO with the N64 controller. I will play this again because, like you said, because it is one of my top favorite games as well. But yeah, I agree. I think I wanted to see more of the gameplay. For the same time, the little tease was good enough, I think, for now. But the no date again is crazy.
So
to me.
weird.
2026.
But that's still crazy.
You can't even give us a month.
6 months from now.
I'll give you a month. November. There you have
Kind
it.
of what I think too.
You heard it
but,
here
like,
first.
Heard it here first.
Before or
Why would
after
they-
Black
so-
Friday.
On Black
After.
Friday. How about that?
On Black Friday.
I like that.
On Black
That's
Thursday.
strange.
It'll come out on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Why?
Uh,
Yeah. I don't.
No
I
date.
really would have liked to see some gameplay there.
Will you play
I
the same going?
Yeah. Oh, I'm 100% in.
Okay.
But just like you guys, this is one of my favorite games as well.
Yep.
It's up there, probably top 10 for me.
Do you think
Um,
that they'll do Majora's Mask as well if it's the same engine and all that?
For Switch 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be curious to see. I don't know. I'm very intrigued. I think it looks
Yeah.
great, but
I think they've been working on this for a while, actually. I think
Yeah.
that this
It
has been
looks-
in the works for a
Yeah.
long time. So I don't know that they're going to pop out Majora right afterwards.
Yeah.
But I think Wind Waker would be next because of
Yeah,
the
I-
fan. Everybody
I
wants
agree.
Wind
But
Waker.
Wind Waker's place visuals, like I don't think it needs to be redone. I really don't.
I agree. I
that's
agree.
a fair
Yeah.
statement.
And I think
Yeah.
I
That's fair.
played this also on NSO with the NSO GameCube controller, and it looks and plays fantastic. Like
It
I don't
does.
think we need a remake of it. I really don't.
No,
Fair enough.
a remaster would be fine. Like even just
Yeah.
port over the HD version from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wii U
But again,
is
I
enough.
played the non-HD version. Sure, you have the hiccups of not like being able to teleport and fast travel and stuff like that, and the speed of the boat. But I played the whole game quite fine. Like no big deal.
No, that's fair. But yeah. More
There are
Zelda,
also
please.
other events that happened. PlayStation had the State of Play. There was also the Summer Games Fest and an Xbox showcase. I put in the notes of this show that we are streaming right now that there was Xbox stuff. I knew the State of Play, Nintendo Direct, Summer Games Fest, and Xbox stuff.
Xbox
We're going
stuff.
to hit the highlights from all three shows released in chronological order because that's what Hambone Johnny does best.
Yep.
Is get stuff together in chronological order. So go for it, Hambone Johnny.
Yeah.
Get us. A
So,
lot of
yeah,
these I like too.
a lot of these, certainly plethora of games out there. I just tried to pull the cream from skim the cream of the top or whatever the thing is. Yeah, absolutely. Doing
That's
whatever
exactly
that is.
right.
That's 100%
Why not?
right. So here we go. Firing away. All right. August 6th. Not a new date, but Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is coming out on
Yep.
PlayStation. Looks super fun. The new thing that they showcased at the State of Play were 4 new characters called the Knights of Doom. So Doctor Doom, Carnage, Green
Yeah.
Goblin, and
Some other guy.
4th other dude who looked really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he
Um,
was. Yeah.
so
I got to
I'm not-
play the little trial they had. And I loved that game. That game was
That's
so
great.
much fun.
I'm terrible at fighting games, but this looks like a blast, and the presentation looks super cool. So I'm in on Marvel Tokon. I had to write down the next one for Kuz, how much of a Mafia Old Country fan he was, but they're getting a Man of Honor expansion on August 11th. So if you're a Mafia fan, take a gander there.
What is that? We don't know. It's just,
Story expansion.
that's
thing.
cool. That
Yeah.
game had a really good story.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. So I wanted to make sure we flagged that for Mr. Kuz.
Thank you.
September 15th, also not a new date, but we got an extended look at Marvel's Wolverine on PlayStation. A big exclusive for PlayStation this fall. Very
Just as
gory,
bloody.
super bloody. He's fighting cyborgs apparently, but they have more blood than actual humans apparently. Blood everywhere. the big question I had is, am I going to be able to ride the motorcycle? The answer is yes. You get to control the
Yes.
motorcycle, which looks super
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Control Resonant. So follow up to Control is September 24th. You're out in the streets of New York.
Out in the streets.
the-
You
the
played
hits-
first Control, didn't you,
I
Hambo?
did earlier this year, and I
Yeah.
really liked it. So
Yeah.
you in that first Control, you're in the old house, which is the headquarters for the FBC, the Federal Bureau of Control, trying to contain all these abnormalities and science fiction type stuff. Something has newly emerged and has broken out into the streets of New York, and you're tasked with going and trying to clean up the mayhem, essentially.
Is
Love it.
Control a tactics game, or am I thinking of
No.
something else?
Action.
Okay.
Action shooter with like like Star Wars, like force powers.
Okay.
Almost. Super fun. I put here Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief.
So the
it
Goose
had-
game.
It looked super cool, right? Are you in
It
on this,
did.
Coos?
No, I'm not, but it does look like one of the best flying games ever made.
It looks really good. I'm going to be really curious to see how this like.
If you're a
What's up
fan of Top
against-
Gun, you'll
If you're a
love
fan of-
Ace Combat 8.
Yeah, it had a land battleship.
8. Was there 1
fight-
through 7?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I've got 'em right here, Drew. Hold on.
So it looks cool. I've never played one of these, but the trailers are super compelling. So I think I'm in on that.
Yeah,
Darth says it does look cool. I keep debating on Ace Combat. Absolutely.
yeah.
Star Wars Galactic Racer. Are you guys in on this one? This is October 15th. Oh, no,
I wish it was
October
just like
6th.
an hour and a half movie that I could watch of this. I don't know if I need the game.
I don't know.
It looks
don't think-
like some
I
of the
don't think-
cutscenes that they showed looked fantastic, but
Yeah, it
Amazing.
look- really
I just
high
don't know if I want
fidelity.
to play it. Like it's
I don't think it's going to be fun.
like if it was an
I think
hour
it's
and a
going to be
half
very. You'll play it for 15 minutes and be like, "Oh, well, that's what it is."
Or if you like went to a buddy's house and they were playing, then that's cool. You watch it for 20 minutes, like you said. And be like,
Yeah.
"Ah,
Yeah.
I don't need to play it. I just want to watch. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
That's how I felt the first time I saw it, but every time I see this game again, I'm like, you know what? That does look more fun. Like I could be engaged in this.
Okay.
I think the people that made Burnout are involved here, and I love Burnout back in the day on like
All right.
GameCube and stuff.
Yeah,
So
true.
it's on my radar. It's not a definite pickup, but looks cool. Castlevania Belmont's Curse got a date, October 15th.
Is this a remake of the second?
No, brand new
Castlevania
game.
game?
Brand new
Wasn't
game.
that the name of this Castlevania 2?
I do not know.
I thought
Do
that
not
was.
know.
What do I know?
But anyway, new game. You play as I think Rose Belmont. Looks like Castlevania, but new.
Looks like
I'll
Dead Cells.
probably check it out. Yeah. Oh, it was developed by some of the Dead Cells people too. So
There you
there's
go.
the connection. My most hyped game of the fall is Phantom Blade Zero. That comes out on October 29th. This was interesting because we've known about this game for several years at this point. It showed up at the Sony State of Play and it said, hey, we've got more to show you later this summer, but they didn't say a date. It was originally had like a early September release date. And I said, that's weird. They would say like, hey, coming out September 15th. And also check us out in a little bit because there'll be more information, but they didn't say the date. And I'm like, this thing's delayed. And sure enough, like later that night, delayed to end of October. But regardless, I'm in. Drew.
Also, just to throw in there, Nintendo Switch Sports Resort is October 22nd. So that's battling for your game of the fall there with Phantom Blade Zero.
know.
So
It's going to be
Yeah.
tough. It's going to be a close one. No bowling in Phantom Blade Zero, so we'll have to
That
see.
you know
Or
of.
thumb
That
wrestling.
you know of.
That I know of. Fair enough. Drew, this is one for you to take a look at. No Rest for the Wicked.
I saw that. I thought that was Drew's game
This
too.
this is a Drew game. October with no specific date.
Okay.
This has been on Steam early access for a while. This is made by the Ori and the Blind Forest devs. So
Okay.
really striking art style, top down dungeon crawlery feel, but it's got they
Mhm.
described it as a Souls like experience.
Love a good dungeon crawler.
So seems interesting. I'm probably in on this, but we'll have to see
right.
if I'm knee deep in Phantom Blade or whatever at that point in time.
Well, we could
But
set
yeah,
a
keep
night. We
going.
could set a night aside. My Boulder Gate Avengers will be well done by then.
Yeah, and it's multiplayer, so you should be able to play with your buddies
Yeah.
too. Now we're getting into more ambiguous dates a little bit. 1666 Amsterdam was announced at the Summer Games Fest. This is a late 2026 release, made by the original creator of Assassin's Creed. Seemed really interesting, like action game. Definitely, you can see the Assassin's Creed sort of flair to it. Very cinematic trailer. I don't know much about the gameplay itself, but the world seemed really compelling. So this one is
Yeah.
on my radar, and from what I saw, this is like one of the top games that has been wishlisted after all these announcements. So it's people are liking it. And now we're in 2027. Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis. This is the Tomb Raider remake. February 12th. This is coming out. They showed this at Game Awards, I think, in the fall.
Yeah.
So it showed up again. Looks great. I never played the
Yeah.
original Tomb Raiders, but
I think this is
looks-
going to be the way to play it.
yeah, I think this is the way to do it. My wife's excited to play this too. She was a Tomb Raider fan from back in the day.
Yeah.
The character model for Lara looks awesome. So yeah, checking that one out. Um,
They're third person, right?
Third
Tomb Raiders?
person, correct. Yep. February 18th is Persona 4 Revival. I've played Persona 3 Reloaded, and I played a little bit of Persona 5. Never touched Persona 4. This is a game that's been on my wish list forever. It is coming off my wish list, and this new one is going on. And
Yep.
this is probably how I will play Persona 4 in February next year.
Nice.
People love that game.
Yeah, it's yeah, very very much loved. Fable was delayed out of out of this year. It is now slated to come out on February 23rd of next year. This is one of the big games highlighted on the Xbox showcase amongst some others, but this is the one that I think this group probably would align more to. A lot of the other stuff from Xbox was very shooter focused.
Mm.
Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo. This is that fantasy action adventure type game. They're rebooting
Yeah.
Fable, so seems cool.
Give me some dragons.
And of course, my game of the weekend, of course, has to be Final Fantasy VII Revelation. This is the third part in the remake series of Final Fantasy. They gave it a date of spring 2027. Showed a lot of the gameplay, the new characters, the kind of rounding out your party with Vincent and Sid are added to the party, showing some different combat. All your other characters that you love are back. They said it's much more open world, which is awesome. Kind of flying around on the airship for most of the game. Yeah, looks awesome. If you like the first two, you're gonna like this one. I've never actually beaten Final Fantasy VII, the original game. I've fallen off multiple times, basically in this last third part of the game, and I'm super excited to see what this actually is gonna do, because it's a blind spot in my gaming history, and I know it's not a one-for-one remake, but yeah, I'm super pumped. Coos, I wanted to flag this one for you. Resident Evil Code Veronica remake.
Yeah.
You
I meant to
interested in
tell
this
you
one?
guys right now, I think it's through the morning of the 11th. PlayStation has this big sale, summer game sale or whatever. I went on there and got every Resident Evil game for $7 a piece
Wow.
that I didn't have. So I think Rizzle in the chat said, "Hey, if you like this new Resident Evil, you'll really like 7 and 8." They had a combo pack of them, so I went on and added the 7 and 8 combo to my wish list. And then I went in and saw this sale, and they were like $7 a piece. The combo pack was $20, so I'm like, I'm better off buying them separately. So I went in and said, "What else do they have?" I've got now. I own every Resident Evil.
That's sweet.
But this Veronica remake, I watched that on the State of Play, and I love it. It looks
Really good, right?
great.
Yeah, awesome. TMNT, The Last Ronin gets a game. This is the first game from Paramount Game Studio, so very weird that they're now in the business of game publishing, but here they are.
Did they show a trailer of that? I went to go to the bathroom and missed it.
No, it was more just like flashes of screen, no gameplay or anything
Tease
like
like a
that.
teaser.
Yeah, it was like a
Oh.
teaser.
Shame. I did wash my hands though, Hambo.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Nobody yelled at you as you were exiting
No.
the bathroom. Good.
No.
And then a bunch of games that were announced that to be new, but just no dates. The PlayStation State of Play ended with God of War Le Fay.
Wow, a lot of drama. A lot of drama with
A
that.
lot of drama around that one. A lot of people on the internet do not like this female lead or the weird cube or whatever millennial writing is, which I think they just don't like jokes. I think that must be it. But whatever. I love God of War. I'm playing this one. Santa Monica Studios, one of the best studios that PlayStation has. Until they prove otherwise, I'm in on anything they put out. So I think I'm excited for that one. 2 new Cuphead games as well got shown off at Summer Games Fest. Cuphead 2, they just said is coming. I don't think they showed anything about Cuphead 2, but this Cuphead's Mighty Adventure is like a pixely 16/8-bit style game that's actually going to be playable on the Sega Master System. They're putting out a cart for that, which I thought was really funny.
That's cool.
But yeah, it looks super fun. And then another sort of controversial game out there in the weird internet space is this new Stellar Blade Blood Rain game. We don't have to get into the controversy. I think it looks great. I love the first Stellar Blade. I think this one looks super fun. I'm intrigued about what the story is actually going to be. Doesn't seem to be necessarily connected directly with the first game based off of what I know. I'm here to learn more. That girl, Evie, kicks ass. So looks awesome. Stellar Blade's also coming to Switch too.
Yeah, that was in the direct. Yeah, I put down in the notes. That's an old game. Will she be just as naked as she was on PlayStation? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know how she wouldn't, unless they don't put some of the certain costumes in that game.
Is she pretty naked or just very revealing clothing?
Very revealing clothing on PlayStation, but Nintendo sometimes adds clothing to. They've done it in the past, added clothing to characters. So
yeah, absolutely. You are able to unlock just a giant bear like furry costume, so you can just put
see what Wii Sports Resort looks like on PlayStation.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's it. There was a ton of other games and stuff that came out, but I thought that was the few that would pique interest of you guys and the listeners as well. But yeah, great week. Always exciting. Love these time of year.
I watched all of the PlayStation State of Play and the Nintendo one. I didn't watch the Xbox, but apparently the Xbox was all about shooters. The PlayStation was all about samurais and swords, and Nintendo had wizards and dragons. So that just sums up everything.
Confirms I'm in the right place.
Yeah. I watched the Nintendo one with my daughters, and I was like, they showed a ton of games.
It did.
And my oldest daughter was like, yeah, but nothing good was announced. So I think she was wanting maybe Pressure Washer 3. Who knows?
Yeah. My wife is just waiting for Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah.
And that's she's checked out until that.
I get what Nintendo's doing, but like I feel like they're really stretching far from their roots with some of this stuff that I don't know. I get they're trying to go after some of these other franchises. They're trying to do a lot of third-party focus, but like they're leaving some big things behind. That is why people love Nintendo, and I just get confused. Unless the ambition of just making these massive games that just take 5 to 10 years, it's like, I don't know. It's heartbreaking. I think that's the biggest problem. It's heartbreaking.
Best I can do is a DK card.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm sure Miyamoto is rolling in his grave seeing this.
Yeah. It's interesting. It sure is interesting. We'll just keep going there.
Has anybody checked on Miyamoto? All right, that we'll do it for our show. This is a long one. There was a lot of information.
A lot of storytelling.
A nice solid 2-hour show. For those of you who want more information, join the Discord because we talk about
birds.
What's the book? What's the
Dungeon Crawler
Carl.
Blurp, blurp.
We talk more about that. We can deep dive into any of these presentations if you want to talk about those. Hey, the Discord is for you folks. So anything you want to talk about, we can talk about. I added birds because apparently birds were on the topic list, but we can talk about anything you all want to talk about. Just join the Discord, throw it out there, and we'll discuss it. We also have Instagram and YouTube pages. Check those out. Those are fun times. And yeah, we stream on here every Monday. Every other Monday we stream video games, and every other Monday we do this podcast live streaming. So we're on here every time, except for this week. This week's Tuesday because Tuesday was special this week. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Several people in the chat. Darth and Rainer was there, and there's Drew, and there's a Sox fan that loves Hambone, and yeah, I think I saw. Did I see Cardonius popped in there? The legend,
Rainer,
Cardonius.
Legend.
Legend.
Thank you all for joining in the chat and the live stream and the podcast. And this will still come out tomorrow, right? On Wednesday, right, Drew?
I'm going to go publish it right now. Yep.
There we
It'll be
go.
out in the morning when you wake up.
Literally on the ball. Wait till he gets up from his seat. You'll see it. Thanks again for joining us. And we'll catch you next time in the club.
See ya.
Peace.